Now, if you have what and who, that's already a better stop. But where it gets really nasty is when you put in when. And so the question that I like to ask here is, how many hours will this take? I don't ask how many days. I don't ask what day you're going to get it done by. I say, how many hours will this take? And then that person will say, it'll probably take, because then you get to hear it. So it's like if someone says like 20 hours, I'm like, 20 hours? Right? But if you ask them what day, they might be like, oh, today's Tuesday, I can get to you by Friday. I'm like, why is it going to take 3 days? Right? So when you ask hours, it's like, this will probably take, I don't know, 90 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. So you can get this done in the next 90. Now, they will then say, well, I have other things to do. And I'm like, okay, what are those things? And then you get to dive in. And this is fundamentally, I think, the job of the boss is to prioritize. This is strategy. And they're like, oh, well, I have this other thing that's for this massive project and I have to get that done. I'm like, well, how long does that take? And they'll say, okay, this many hours. And say, okay, do that first. And then this one you can start on tomorrow morning. You'll have it done by lunch. So hit me up at noon tomorrow when you have it done. Now, people get scared about this because they're like, why are you driving all these deadlines? The more deadlines you have, the more opportunities you have to say, nice job. I would rather tell someone you did a great job 7 times in a week than once a week. And so I also have found that the best performers want to work and they hate not working and they hate things that get in the way of work. They hate office politics, they hate meetings, they hate gossip. They just want to work. And so I want to create an environment for those people. It's because they weren't listening, they weren't paying attention, whatever. And so I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that I was about to leave this meeting and they didn't understand what they needed to do. And so you can stack the who, what, when, you recap it all the way through. And then if you have a team that's not doing as well, have them explain it back to you so they know what needs to happen. We have switched to that process and it has been very good. I also got people off the bus who weren't aligned with it. And so if you have a change that you want to do and you foresee that people will not be aligned with that change, then I think that you owe it to the high performers to create an environment that is only other high performers. You want to get it to the point where it's so self-managed and self-policed that if someone comes in and isn't pulling their weight, they just get removed. Simple as that. And the whole team comes to you and is like, dude, I don't think this is the guy, right? It shouldn't come from you. It should come from the culture of the team.